let's do a movie review. So, I enjoy watching animated movies, like the family-friendly movie, the cartoon, animated movies. I really enjoy them. I think most adults don't watch them unless they have children, but I was watching them before I had children. I was watching them in high school. I still watch them even without children around, because I am a kid at heart, so I love the animation movies. Like, my heart is young. Anyway, the movie review is the Lorax. I haven't seen the original Lorax, but I have seen the one that came out in 2012 a bunch of times. A heck of a lot of times. You like my Hawaiian beads. My parents went to Hawaii and they said Hawaiian royals wear beads like this. So now I got my royal beads that match my royal energy dangling in the car. Anyway, back to the Lorax by Dr. Seuss that came out in 2012. That movie is so deep and it reminds me of America. And it reminds me of America because this man had a dream, a simple dream, that he wanted to solve a problem. He just wanted to solve problems for people. So, backstory on himself, his family wasn't very supportive of his big ideas. They criticize him, they talk about him, they joke about him. Now, when that is done to a person, like as a child growing up, they're always trying to impress. They're always trying to impress. And they fall into this category of when they start doing something that people are catching on and like, they really feed off their family energy, good or bad. They don't care. They're getting positive reinforcement now, so they go like a freight train on a track with no brakes until it crashes. That's what happens. So, this guy having those issues, he wanted to solve a dream. He knew he had to leave his home to go solve this dream, solve this problem, follow this dream. That's the correct way to say that. And he needed material. So he was in the trees, in this, new land, in the trees. He found out the material on these trees allowed him to create this, like a Swiss Army knife for people. But he needed the trees in order to make it, right? So he made it. People was laughing at him, joking at him, whatever. Long story short, it quickly caught on. It took one person and it caught on, which caused the influx of need for this product, which made him have to now cut down more trees. Cut down more trees. Now, if you don't know about trees, we're gonna say that part. He started actually making money, which made his family start accepting him, giving him praises, wanting to work for him, having his back. Okay, they moved their whole life out to where he was to support his now blooming business that they were originally laughing and mocking him for, his big ideas. They seen money, he seen acceptance, so he kept going like a freight train on a track, full speed ahead until it crashes. Where we at? 4 minutes? Good timing. He was out in the woods or whatever doing his thing. His business is booming. And the Lorax appeared. The Lorax said in multiple occasions, he is the spirit of the trees. He is the voice of the voiceless, He was telling him, you need to stop. You need to stop this. You have to stop this. You have to stop. Don't do this. He wasn't hearing, the man was not hearing none of this because his business is booming. He then proceeds to start trying to sue the Lorax and all this other, big money stuff, okay? you can't sue me for this because of this. You know, now he's creating charities, but the charity money is going back into his own company's pockets, you know, real American style, right? I was working on my road race just now. I've gotten drastically better. Real big American style, big money, right? And in cutting down the trees, he was not realizing by every tree he is cutting down, he is actually depleting the city or the planet, the country, of oxygen. So people are starting to have respiratory issues, coughing. They're not getting the oxygen they need because the item that gives them the most oxygen, that filters the air for them, the trees, are being cut down in a massive rate. I mean, a massive rate. Who did catch on and capitalize on that was one of his workers who seen a need and capitalized on that, like the original man. He capitalized on people are going to need air. So he started a company bottling up air and selling air, purified air, in bottles. Because he knew people were going to need air, because the company he is now working for is cutting down the source, the free source that allows for fresh air. See a need, fill a need. That's from the Robots movie with Robert Williams. Rest in peace. Anyway, back to the story. It all boiled down to all the trees being cut down, and the Lorax forewarned him, you need to stop this. But the man kept going until he cut down every single tree. And then he went into hiding because there's no more trees, there's no more product. His mission is done. The freight train had crashed. Now the guy who was selling bottled air now became the next billionaire because he created an entire city he encased in a wall. So now people couldn't get out without him seeing it because everything was monitored. People couldn't talk or say anything, talking about anything free because it's highly surveillanced. And he controlled the oxygen, the breath of life that they need to survive. The people in the town didn't even realize that trees even exist anymore because they were happy in their illusion that they were in. They were happy with their fake trees that were battery operated. They were just happy. They did not realize that the way they were living wasn't really paradise. But if it's what you're used to, you don't really know any better, you keep on rolling. Who did know was the older people. And they made the older adults, like the grandparents, made them seem like they were crazy. Like they need to be on medication, they need to be seen to a doctor, you know, whatever. Trees don't exist. What are you talking about? We have trees. We got the latest model, you know. It glows for each season. It took a little boy who had a crush on a girl. And this girl who never seen a tree loved trees. She was painting murals. She loved trees. It took him having a crush on this girl for him to venture out and seek out the man who started it all by cutting down the trees to find a seed so he can plant a tree, because that's what she wanted, a seed. So he ventured out the town, met the man who didn't listen to the Lorax, and after the man gave him the full background story, the one I just started this video talking about, the man gave him the seed because he was worthy of the seed. He knew he could be entrusted with planting the seed because he had a passion. The passion was a girl. He got back to his town. he planted the tree, and the tree started sprouting. Even though the man who owned the town, that was the next billionaire controlling the air, was trying to make him out to seem crazy. He even was stalking him and listening in on him. He tried to kidnap him. It was a hot mess, okay? Hot mess. The children were, oh my gosh, before the trees, it was pollution. So the kids would swim in the water and like turn colors and change, like it was weird. Anyway, he planted the tree. The people started seeing the tree growing, and then that's when they ganged up on the man who owned the town, the billionaire, because they realized this man has been lying and there's really free air out here. Life is really supposed to be like this, you know, it's supposed to be given freely. We're not supposed to be controlled in this way, you know. And that really messed up that man's business. The walls came down, trees started going all over the place, because that is the life, okay? And that is the story of the Lorax from my watching. So go check it out, because it's deeper than that. But that's me trying to sum it up really quick, the best way I can. Y'all stay blessed and stay blessed.